Okay, happy weekend to everybody. In this episode of Growing Your Tree of Prosperity, we're going to have a full week of CPF content, right? And I will be sharing with everybody CPF tips for the next 4 videos, all right? And for today, we're going to talk a little bit about a simple tip known as the CPF ordinary account to CPF special account transfer. And why am I doing this? I'm sort of celebrating the launch of a CPF Playbook by a company called Haven. All right, and I'll be putting up links for you to download this CPF Playbook along with a link to actually sign up as a customer for Haven. All right. Declaration of conflict of interest. I do have an introducer arrangement with Haven, but I do not get paid for creating this video. I only get paid if somebody actually signs up with them as a result of my videos. All right. If you want conflict-free, independent financial advice, you can use the link below to sign up for consultation. All right. I would say 80 to 90% of what I do is because of the immense respect I have for Haven and the parent company Provident, because they are one of the rare folks who actually have a service to provide fee-based insurance advice. Okay, very, very rare. And if you can afford fee-based insurance advice, it means that whatever you're getting from the advisor, it's less tainted by the problem of commission and pressure sales tactics. Okay. All right. So with that out of the way, let's jump in and talk about the CPF ordinary account to the CPF special account transfer. All right. Now, you can do this on the CPF website. You can transfer sums from your ordinary account to your special account up to the full retirement sum, right? Currently $213,000 in your CPF special account. Why do you want to do that? It allows you to benefit from a 4% return for the special account compared to the 2.5% that you get for the ordinary account. All right. So very, very good perk to perform the transfer. All right. And what are the pros and cons? Right. The biggest advantage is if you're able to reach the full retirement sum in your CPF special account, every year when they raise the full retirement sum threshold, right, it will be raised by 4%. So the interest payments from your special account will offset this 4% increase. All right. So once you reach the full retirement sum, you're there already, and then subsequent amounts that you contribute to your CPF, that sum can be withdrawn above the age of 55. All right. So it's really good to rush and reach there early in your life. I think I reached the point. I was very lucky. I think the full retirement sum for my generation was, I think, only about $80,000. I was able to get there, I think, sometime before my 30th birthday, I believe. All right, so it was very good. Now, the disadvantage is that the ordinary account is very flexible. It can be used to pay for housing. You can invest in stocks, and you can use it for children's education. But the special account does not. So you have to think very carefully before you perform that kind of transfer, right? You're being paid more money, but it loses its flexibility, right? The special account is some sort of like a pension fund, okay? And so think twice before you actually do that, right? I was a very reckless 20-something-year-old guy. I wanted to put as much as I can to the special account, right? I was worried that, maybe I married the wrong person. She might make me over leverage myself and buy a big house. So by moving it to the special account, the money becomes out of reach from a future spouse. I'm not saying that you should think like me. Okay, I just want to tell you that it didn't work anyway because my wife got me to buy an executive condo after we got married. And I would say that is easily the best investment I ever had, right? So no regrets. Okay. All right. So that's my story for this CPF transfer. Who should consider this transfer? In my humble opinion, the best folks are those who are fresh graduates and young professionals. And the best time to do it is when you don't need your ordinary account for your housing needs yet. So as you do that, there's no one to stop you, and you're probably living comfortably with your parents, so you don't have to worry so much about housing yet. That is the best time to do that. And of course, if you compound it at 4%, it makes a very big difference compared to 2.5% if you have many years to compound your money, right? If you start in your 20s like me, I think I started to transfer on my first anniversary of work, right? If you start early, right, by the time you reach 55 years old, you would have gotten close to 25 to 30 years of compounding, all right? So the difference is very large, okay? Uh, and the cool thing is that later stages of your professional life, you will find that once you reach your full retirement sum earlier in your life, um, your MediSave account, when it overflows, the amount that overflows would flow not into your special account, but into your ordinary account. All right. So by then, maybe you would have some housing needs and you might require a little bit more flexibility in your CPF account. You can do that later in your life, right? By making sure that your MediSave account reaches its maximum number. Okay. All right. So this is my opinion. Okay. And I think it's something that you can use to consider whether this transfer is best for you. Okay. Now, if you download Haven's ebook, the ebook, I would say it's almost like the best CPF textbook that is available at the moment, and it's free. Okay. And even for something as simple as this CPF transfer, I've learned quite a few details about this transfer limit. Okay, when making a transfer before the age of 55, the CPF board will limit transfers towards the full retirement sum $213,000. Okay, minus the amount withdrawn from the special account into your various investments from your special account, because some people they are convinced by the financial advisors to invest their special account into, for example, a unit trust instrument. Okay, you can't withdraw from your special account and then increase the amount that you contribute through the CPF ordinary account transfer. So I've learned something new from reading the book. Okay, very technical, very subtle, but something very useful, even for people who are considered like experts or subject matter experts. Okay, and very interestingly, after 55 years old, you can transfer from your ordinary account to your enhanced retirement sum account, ERS, at $426,000 in 2025 dollars. All right, uh, and this is very important, so that you have more money to invest in an annuity like CPF Life later on. Okay, so you can transfer up to your ERS. Okay, because the special account will disappear at the age of 55. Okay, then when the retirement account suddenly appears and replaces your special account, you can transfer up to $426,000 from your OA into your CPF retirement account, right? But that's really one of those cases where if you put it in your retirement account, you might not see the money again until you're 65 years old, when CPF Life begins to pay something off, right? So I'm not too sure whether I'll be very willing to take advantage of this feature. I will be referring to my health. I will be looking at my blood sugar control for my diabetes. You know, it might be possible that after 55, I might have more problems with my health, right? And if that's the case, you know, I might not have to worry about longevity risk, right? I have to worry about mortality risk. Okay, so that's another thing that you can learn from the ebook. Okay, so that's basically it. The tips are going to be very short, and we're going to do one more in about 2 to 3 days time. All right, so if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. You can also buy me a coffee here, right? If you want to listen to my life story and figure out how the FIRE movement works, you can sign up for my preview, Google ERM intro, and take the first link. And with that, that's all I have to say, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.